Ladies and gentlemen, the Sandhurst Award Ceremony will begin in 1 minute. Please take your seats and turn off or silence all electronic devices. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2023 Sandhurst Awards Ceremony. My name is Cadet RJ Johnson, and I will be the Sandhurst Awards Master of Ceremonies. Will please everyone stand for the invocation given by Father Matthew Pawlowski.
Upon the fields of friendly strife are sown the seeds that upon other fields, on other days, will bear the fruits of victory. Almighty God, as we here at West Point have welcomed many teams from the four corners of our country to the far reaches of our world, we welcome you among us as well. May we all be allies in our stand against tyranny and evil in the world. Tonight, we honor all who have participated in our Sandhurst competition, but especially those who have excelled in grit, skills, teamwork, and sacrificial leadership. Good God, you are chicken soup for the soul. But after today's grueling events and wonderful weather, we can all use some chicken soup or something hot and nourishing inside our bodies. And so please bless our food and all of us. Amen.
Please be seated. Sandhurst was started in 1967 when the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst presented West Point with a British officer's sword to use as a prize for a competition to promote military excellence. It wasn't until 1975 that the competition began to resemble its current form, with teams taking part in different challenges to test their military skills. Sandhurst was only an inner West Point competition until 1992 when Sandhurst began taking part annually in competition. The Royal Military College of Canada joined in 1997, and since 1992, the competition has featured a diverse group of international teams, as well as the Naval, Coast Guard, Air Force academies, and ROTC teams from throughout the country. The 48 teams that participated in this year's competition represent the 17 ROTC teams, 14 international teams, and 3 U.S. service academies. Today's competition continues to promote military excellence of future leaders while being strengthening bonds and relationships among allies. At this time, dinner will be served. We'll continue with our speaker and award ceremony following the meal. Please enjoy your dinner. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now proceed with the formal portion of tonight's ceremony. Please direct your attention to one of the screens located in your wing for a short video, which will be followed by the presentation of awards. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome to the stage our 79th Commandant of the United States Corps of Cadets, Brigadier General Mark Quander.
All right, hey, let's give it up for that video one more time. Was that not incredible? And everybody looks a little bit drier now after today's activities. So, hey, I think it'll be a memorable day after you look back and remember today's activities here on Sandhurst. Hey, distinguished guests, leaders from Cadet Command, our sister service academies, and visitors from our visiting countries, and Mr. and Mrs. Surdike, and most importantly, this year, Sandhurst competitors and all the support staff, thank you for coming, and welcome to the Sandhurst 2023 Competition Award Dinner. Now, I know that I'm all between what stands between you and the awards, so I'll be brief this morning or this evening. But thanks for attending this year's competition. You all represent the very best of your respective schools, your countries, and here from across the country, and we're honored to host you here at the United States Military Academy. Thank you for your service, and thank you for your partnership. I'd also like to extend gratitude again to 3rd of the 304th and the 10th Mountain Division for their support of the year's competition. We could not do what we do without their support. And I'd like to give a final thank you to the entire Department of Military Instruction team led by Colonel Adam Sawyer, this year's officers in charge, Major Connor Downs, Captain Hamish Taylor. Collectively, they coordinated, synchronized this year's world-class competition, a competition that represents all the aspects of ground combat and tested the mental and physical toughness of every competitor. And so for the DMI team and everybody who here worked over the past year, thanks for what you do. And let's give them a round of applause. I'd also like to recognize Tim and Janice Surdike for joining us this weekend. Now, while today's ceremony is mostly about recognizing your hard work and accomplishments, it's also about honoring the service and sacrifice immortalized in the chosen name of the Sandhurst Leadership Award. Thomas Surdike was a tremendous cadet and leader, selfless, positive, caring, and determined. He was a team builder who others wanted to follow, and he gave his life to save the life of another. It's truly an honor to dedicate the award to such a courageous person who wanted nothing more than to make this world in which we live a better place. His legacy will live on forever in each and one of you who competed in this competition. Now, before we move on to presenting the awards and announcing our winners for this year, I want to take 2 minutes to underscore the importance of what transpired here over the last 36 hours. In just a few years, all of you will face the rigors of leading soldiers in a complex and unforgiving world, a world that is constantly evolving and filled with rage, uncertainty, and conflict. It's up to all of us who volunteer to wear our respective service uniforms to rise to the occasion, to defend our nation's freedoms and liberties, and do what we can to promote peace and prosperity across the world. Now, while there is no way to be 100% certain of what's on the horizon, we can certainly leverage every opportunity to prepare for the future of armed conflict by enhancing our capabilities and strengthening partnerships. That's exactly what all of you are doing here, choosing to compete in this rigorous and demanding competition. At the tactical level, you demonstrated grit, tenacity, and the will to overcome adversity. You showed mastery of lethality and mobility systems. You reacted to an NBC threat. You executed fire missions and marksmanship, and you rucked a grueling 20-plus miles. In summary, you demonstrated that you possess the skills and capability to not just survive, but thrive in a complex and challenging circumstances. Regardless of where you place, you have proven that you're willing to carry the torch and lead from the front. And looking at this competition through a much broader lens, at the strategic level, your involvement here at West Point on these hallowed grounds strengthens the professional relationships that exist between allies and partners. We have representation of warriors from 12 different nations. I think it's important for us all to reflect on the significance of this gathering and the relationships that are forged here, ultimately enhancing international interoperability. As an officer, you'll have the responsibility of leading and training your soldiers while also coordinating with joint and multinational units. Leverage your experiences here today and prepare yourself for the demands of tomorrow. There's no doubt in my mind that you're up for the challenge, and when the time comes, you'll be well postured to navigate an increasingly globalized operational environment and win in the crucible of ground combat. I challenge each of you to maintain your drive and motivation and take that with you and take what you learned here at West Point back to your respective schools and honor with you as you graduate, commission, and join the profession of arms. As much as this was about showcasing the capability and strengthening the partnerships of this competition, it was also about having fun and fueling the passion for the profession. I hope you all enjoyed this experience and developed friendships that will last throughout your career. Congratulations on a job well done, and should be immensely proud of what you've accomplished. Now let's move on to the awards.
We'll now begin with the presentation of awards. Richard Joe Quander and Command Sergeant Major Craven will now present the first award of the 2023 Sandhurst competition. The most lethal squad will be presented with a Marksmanship Award. The award recognizes a team with the highest average score of the M4 and M17 events. The most lethal squad is Company A4. Will the entire team please make their way to the stage? Sharp. Representing the Director of the Department of Physical Education, Dr. Todd Crowder, will now recognize the fastest ruck march with the presentation of the Physical Endurance Award. This award recognizes the team with the best ruck march time. The fastest ruck march is USMA Black. Will the entire team please make their way to the stage? The Tom Sturdike Leadership Award recognizes the individual leadership on the Sandhurst course and are reserved for the best squad leader from amongst the teams. And to understand the significance of this leadership award, please turn your attention to the screens for a video about the life of Cadet Tom Sturdike.
I did Sandhurst with Tom during our plebe year, and the contribution that he made to it was just incredible.
He was the tank on the team that always had a smile on his face.
There was not a single thing that I could think of that he wasn't trying to do his best at.
Tom was not the best at rucking. He wasn't the best at shooting, but when the squad was going along the route, trying to get to the next point, and they hit a hill, everyone would kind of start slowing up, getting ready for this hill or whatever challenge they had in front of them. But Tom didn't stop. He just kept going, and that's what kept the rest of the team going.
He was just a guy that everywhere he went, everything he did, he just did it with just this contagious positivity.
I always would laugh at him because he'd do these ridiculous rucks and then he would lie in bed for days. I was like, I don't know how you do that. And he said, I just love it. You just zone out and go, and you're doing it with your team, and it's a great bonding experience.
He was tired all the time, but still found time for me and the rest of his friends.
He was the most selfless and determined person I've ever met in my entire life.
When I found out that Tom passed, it made sense to me almost what he did.
That day on the beach, he pushed a complete stranger up above the water just to make sure that that person was going to be okay.
That's what first crossed my mind. It's like, of course, Tom was out there trying to save someone because that's what he did. He saved people. He was there for them.
The memorable thing isn't that he saved someone's life, right? The memorable thing was that he was a leader throughout his life, which in a crisis situation led to him saving someone's life.
So having the Tom Surdike Award named after Tom, it's kind of funny. I think he would really enjoy that fact. He would think that's pretty cool. And I think he'd be pretty humbled by it.
Honestly, he conceptualizes everything that someone like a soldier should be. He was caring, he was compassionate, he was dedicated, and he was loyal. And he worked incredibly hard in Sandhurst. And I know with B4, that was his biggest pride, to be part of their team.
I can't claim to have made him a better man. I hope that I did, but he sure as hell made me one. So.
Tom is the perfect example for all Sandhurst competitors to emulate, and we are proud to permanently memorialize him by presenting our Leadership Award in his honor. I would now like to introduce Captain Dan Gaynor, United States Marine Corps, who is the first inaugural winner of the Tom Surdike Award. Captain Gaynor will now provide some remarks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, cadets and competitors. Just have to start. Special thank you to the B4 team. Are they out here? Really quiet? Thanks. In 2016, I was sitting out there where you all are out now. I was with my squad. Not Navy, to be clear. And I didn't write this in crayon either, just to get that clear. I went to the nation's military academy right here at West Point, and I was indeed at Buffalo. Go Buffs. And we were out here waiting for results. We had no illusion that we had won or even been in the top 10, but the stakes were high for me nonetheless because I had bet my squad that if we did better than we had the year before, I'd get a buffalo tattoo and the location of their choosing, which was risky. And the main culprit behind that was a plebe on our team, Tom Surdike. A year later, 2017, I was back here as a firstie, waiting for results again. I did have a buffalo tattoo on my chest, but I did not have Tom. And it's been said here many times, but Tom passed away a few months after the 2016 competition in a heroic and successful life-saving rescue. There's so many stories about Tom. I'll be in the firstie after, perhaps, if you want to hear some. But suffice it to say, Tom died the way he lived, a completely selfless leader and hero. That said, I think Tom would want me to use my remaining time up here to talk about some other very important people, specifically the whole Surdike family, Tim, Janice, Elaine, Rose, and Francie. They took losing their one son and brother in his prime, the worst imaginable thing that could possibly happen. And instead of caving in the way I know I did and most families would, they became a shining North Star, an example, it's been said many times tonight, an inspiration for all of us and all who felt the loss of Tom. Specifically, Elaine Surdike recently told me on the way back from a hard Army loss at Coastal Carolina that she had actually felt so bad in the midst of the tragedy of losing Tom for all the cadets who had to go back to training that summer. This is a family that exudes selfless service and it's just no wonder that my friend and personal hero, Tom, is a product of such a family. I love the Sandhurst competition. It's crucible for future officers to test themselves, forge internal strengths of their own, external bonds with their teams, international bonds. Tom Surdike and the Surdike family and name embody this competition with their incredible strength of mind and character and their commitment to the people around them. As fate would have it, in 2017, I was back with a new team, USMA Black. They're quiet. And we won Sandhurst that year, and I won the inaugural Surdike Award, thanks to that incredible squad. They don't need much leading. When we started training for that competition, we visited Tom here at the West Point Cemetery, dedicated our training to him. I say this not for self-aggrandizement, but just with what I want you to leave here tonight with. You must find inspiration in the people around you. And the only way you can be that strength and inspiration for your future soldiers or Marines is to accept it for yourself. No one wins alone, and you saw that today. Tom embodied no man left behind. These are things I learned, and I continue to learn from Tom and the entire Surdike family. They are a perfect model for our long gray line and Army family, and we're blessed to have them. So with that, my advice to you is be like my friend Tom and his entire family. Take on more than your fair share. Remember that a smile is contagious, and demonstrate the type of selflessness and duty that would lead you to trade your life for another's without a second thought. Thank you, fear the herd, semper fi, beat the hell out of Navy.
We will now recognize the top 3 candidates in the running for the Tom Surdike Memorial Leadership Award. Will Tim and Janice Surdike, Tom's parents, and Frances Surdike, his sister, please come to the stage. In 3rd place, Cadet Paul Westphal from Germany. Please come to the stage to receive a coin from Brigadier General Quander to be recognized by the Surdike family. In 2nd place is Cadet Jonathan Parrott from Company D2. Please come to the stage and receive a coin from Brigadier Quander to be recognized by the Surdike family. And the winner of the Tom Surdike Memorial Leadership Award is Cadet David Word from Brigham Young University. Please come to the stage to receive your award. Thank you. Brigadier General Quander and Sergeant Major Craven will now present the award for the highest performing company team in the United States Corps of Cadets. The winner of the 2023 United States Corps of Cadets Sandhurst Performance Award is Company C1. C1, please come to the stage to be recognized. The International Trophy is presented to the first place international team in the Sandhurst competition. Colonel Mark Gidlow Jackson will now present the award. The winner of the international award is UK Red. Will the entire team please make their way to the stage? Ooh. The ROTC Cup is presented to the first place ROTC team in this Sandhurst competition. Major General Monero, Commanding General of the United States Army Cadet Command, and Fort Knox, and Sergeant Major Young will now present the Sandhurst ROTC Cup to the winning team. The winner of the 2023 ROTC Cup goes to Texas A&M University. Will the entire team please make their way to the stage? The Sandhurst Medallion is presented to the top 5 teams in the Sandhurst competition. Brigadier General Quander and Sergeant Major Craven will now present the medals to the 5th to 2nd place teams. Please move forward as your team is called. The 5th place team is VMI. The 4th place team is Texas A&M. Texas A&M. Aggies. The 3rd place team is the United States Air Force Academy. And the 2nd place team is USMA Gold. is it? The Reginald E. Johnson Memorial Saber, named after Cadet Reggie Johnson, a Sandhurst competitor who passed away during land navigation phase in 1980, is presented to the overall first place team in the Sandhurst competition. The 61st Superintendent of the United States Military Academy, Lieutenant General Stephen W. Gillen, and Sergeant Major Phil Barreto will now present the Reginald E. Johnson Memorial Saber and a first place Sandhurst medallion to the winning team. The winner of the Reginald E. Johnson Memorial Saber goes to USMA Black. Will the entire team please make their way to the stage? You may have not had time to notice yesterday as you competed in the area of Les Reservoir, but there besides the road is a monument inscribed to the Corps of Cadets. The lives and destinies of valiant Americans are entrusted to your care and leadership. If you replace the words Americans with young women, men and women, I think this perfectly captures the essence of the profession we've all chosen to dedicate our lives to. We may wear different uniforms, speak different languages, and come from different parts of the globe, but we are members of the profession of arms and live in the lives and destinies of young men and women are entrusted to our care and leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give all our competitors and cadre another round of applause for a job well done. Thank you all for competing teams for bringing the spirit of competition and the camaraderie which is displayed here on the fields of friendly strife. This event couldn't have happened without the help and support of the 304th, medics from the 10th Mountain Division, the USMA Brass Quintet, the PAO, the mess hall staff, and of course, the Sandhurst OICs, Major Connor Downs and Captain Hamish Taylor. Please give them a round of applause for the support in making this a wonderful event. Will everyone please stand for the playing of the Armed Forces Melody? This concludes the Sandhurst 2023 competition and award ceremony. Thank you all and have a good night. Be Navy.